Yeah, it is here this morning on ITV, of course, broadcasting live from Mpapi Hills. And it's actually the first talking point. We'll be looking at the just concluded area council election where PDP won 3 of the seats, and of course APC equally took the remaining 3 of the seats. To do this, I have with me political commentator and a public analyst, Comrade Hassan Sadora. Good morning.
Good morning.
You were here.
Yes.
And we'll look at it.
Yeah.
And say what is the possibility of having an election where people will not be disenfranchised? What is the possibility of having an election that will be devoid of voter apathy? Possibility of having an election that people will not be subjected to untold hardship as a result of the technology deployed. So you saw all of that. What are your view?
Good morning, everyone. The elections has come and has gone. I was here a day or 2 days before the election, and I assured you that there will be a very free and fair election in FCT. In whatever form or angle you have looked at the election, at least it has a subject of fairness and justice. So normally there must be a winner and there must be a loser. So in this situation, you can understand that the APC ruling party have taken 3 seats from their former 4 seats, and then PDP have increased 1 seat from the former 2 they were having. So they are now sharing 50-50. So I believe as a journalist and an observer during the process, you have a lot to believe me with my words before now.
Yeah. We have a colleague on the field, and it was a live transmission of that day from morning till about 5:30 p.m. So much happened on the field. I'm also sure you are on the field. The beavers performed below expectation. Why was it so?
That is true. In my even fear was, is it, you asked me this question before going to
the election.
So I come to realize that something like that has happened, and it happened seriously, especially in Amak, where I voted or where I monitored and supervised a lot of places. I was a kind of disappointed with the INEC materials. Especially there are places that they were called, they said they will answer that they are coming, but they will refuse. But that has given me a lot of suspicions about their deals in Amak.
What do you mean by deals?
Yes, their deals in Amak is as if it's a planned game. Wherever one of the party has a strong hold, those party will be calling and they will refuse to come up, and you will be seeing the other polling unit where this happened in Garki, and I know I'm saying it the way I'm supposed to say it. I am calling a spade a spade. These places has a very large chunk number of people that are behind one party, and any polling unit where, or boxes where these people can able to vote that party, they had less than what they are expecting. Especially, let me give you one word, another word again, Karshi, where one of the candidates come from. Almost out of every 100 voters, only 20 or less than 20 voted. And all complaints were going on, and INEC could not do anything. And I don't know exactly what will happen in 20...
Are you alleging that INEC has a hand?
I don't know, but I said it's just like a design, because it's only where one party has majority voters that this thing has happened. I am saying it based on what I have seen.
Okay.
I'm not saying it. If you go around, maybe I want to be very fair. I told you, anywhere they have that, counts it's
irrespective of the party.
I don't know if it is irrespective, but I realize one party have that apathy, as we said earlier. But the fact remains is that the good part of it, they are the sitting government. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's why I told you the other time, if APC is not a fair and just party, they cannot allow a senator and 2 House of Reps to be representing the people of FCT. But let me tell you, there was a time when a PDP council candidate chairman was elected after it was announced, after out of the 12 councillors, 8 went to APP that time. So that means there is a sign of difference from the leadership of APC, that they are just, they believe in reality or fairness in terms of presenting leadership.
Or could it be that because it is at the nation's capital and all eyes are watching?
No.
Because you know when you look at some states, if a governor is in party A,
if you said
if a governor is in party A and local government polls are conducted, and what's got all the seats.
Recently there was an election in Anambra State. What happened? Their candidate even not came second. He came third. And I am just trying to say this. If you are talking about elections,
I'm not talking about APC in particular. I'm saying what happened here could it be because it is at the seat of power?
If it is because
because if you look at other states,
yes,
you go to other states. If the governor is an Abga
the
person, all the city
in Kaduna State, there was election.
If you go to
PDP local,
if you go to a state where it's Labour Party or Zenith Labour Party or you know any other party,
my brother, it is just a saying. Just recently there was election in Kaduna State. There are local government chairmen that came from PDP and councillors. Even the polling unit of the governor of Kaduna State, he lost the polling unit, and he has no single person was hindered, and nobody was injured, and there was no noise that he took over by force in his polling unit. He allowed the democratic process to run the way they are. So stop thinking that this is FCT. If it is FCT, I told you that. You said it before I even enlarge it by telling you that I have seen and I felt it is a grand plan. That's what I felt. That's what I suspected. I am suspecting that party, the other party, have blank with INEC against the sitting party, because wherever you find out there is a stronghold of APC. I have mentioned 2 words. There is Gakiwot and there is where Kashiwot. They are polling unit where they have a strong mind that APC will go to win. They have a problem of visa.
That is your view.
Yes, that is what
that's your view.
But you have said it earlier before now that the only thing that he doesn't know is that whether it belongs to this party or not this party. No, but for me, I'm differentiating it. This is what happened. And you can take your last kobo to anybody. But in fact, I know that these people are compiling a case against that. Because the APC, that they have been denied their right. In fact, there is a young man who was on his way coming from Karshi to Karo. They were stopped and beat to death. Maybe you don't know. And he was not with anything to do with maybe a weapon or whatever. He was innocent. Just because he is coming from, then I am just trying to tell you that the politics has reached to a situation in FCT which has never been done, especially the AMAC, the metropolitan and the seat of the government.
Okay, the program is this morning on ITV, and honestly you can watch ITV nationwide on channel 130 on Star Times, Free TV channel 505, all on nationwide. You can just do that anywhere you are. You can be part of this program. The discussion is with a political commentator and a public analyst, Hassan Sardana, looking at the just concluded election, area council election in the FCT. Now let us look at turnout of voters.
Yes, the turnout in the places that are satellite towns, there is a very serious turnout. You go to even Febuary, and there are satellite towns. If you come to Abuja, like part of Garki, and going to Apori settlement, that there are villages, you go to Karshi, you understand what I'm saying? But when you come to the city center, we say what? Because most of the people that are staying there are civil servants. We said it the other time. And you don't see that very expectation. But to be honest, the turnout is okay. But when you know the total
less than 30%.
Yes, it will not be
okay.
It's not be more than 30%.
Because out of 1,300,000,
you can see how we
registered voters, and we have a total number of about
you can
coming out to vote. You know, that's good.
That's what I'm saying. In Amak, where they have what they call it city center, we say whatever, where there are seats of most of them are civil servants or whatever. If you look at, I told you, even the chairman who won the election, he won with 19,000 votes. And then his, the person that is was given or has taken the second position, that is 13,000. They have 13,000.
And he has the widest margin compared to other places. In Doglada, it is just 300.
Yeah, I know that. Even in your governorship in Nigeria, there is 300 plus in Sokoto State. So it is a normal thing. Once what we are looking for is a simple majority, and they have gotten it. But the fact remains that democracy is still growing, and it is growing very fast. I'm happy that still you can able to count APC and PDP are getting what they're supposed to get, and where this election took place, and we hope and pray in the state level it will going to be practiced so that we can get it right.
But should we not worry about the low turnout?
You see, even if you are in the state, though the state has one thing, you know, it is an state electoral independent commission, SEC. So, but here, the local government are under federal government. You understand what I'm saying? And you must feel disappointed more in FCT if the turnout is very low. This thing happened in the course of having a lot of civil servants, people of work doing in the life of the central city and the metropolitan. They're supposed to know that these are some of them that are decision makers, and they're supposed to know that coming out to vote is a right and franchise unto them, so that they will vote somebody or a person of their need or their wants, who will going to fund the affairs of the local government. And this local government or area council chairman and the councils, they are the ones that are very close to people. So they will listen, they will hear. I said it before, that we need people that can hear, that can listen, that can talk, and they can touch. I even went at a length to say something which you wanted me to say, that you know, I say you know it better than me as a journalist. It's been happening where somebody is asking for more pulling unit in his residential because he has more children. So what am I trying to say? These people of this noble stage refuse to come out and vote. So we will continue having the apathy or the abstention of majority in turnouts, especially in Abuja metropolitan. This is the truth about it.
Yeah, but you know, part of the challenge Saturday when we were looking at it, the new polling unit created, there was no adequate information to electorate that this is where the new polling station will be. And so we are wondering, can't we have INEC, send text message to electorate, to voters directly, informing them where their polling units are? Don't we have the resources to do that?
You see, there is one thing that we must have to try and compel ourselves with, that is patriotism. We must be patriotic. We must try to grow to be a patriotic citizens. We must live the life of past where we felt Nigeria has not done anything to us. If you are a Nigerian, Nigeria has done everything possible for you to be where you are today. But if he can continue living in the life of ingratefulness, definitely you will not get it very right. You will imagine this very new polling unit that we are talking about. There are some polling unit that doesn't have a person. I went to a polling unit. There was police, there was this INEC officials and whatever agent, and they have only one person to come on board, and the person did not come. So what are we going to say? And maybe the person doesn't know even that a polling unit is for him, a complete polling unit. They stay there from the morning to the hours of their closing, and they close. It is there close to some former central bank, Dakitu. Even there I saw it. So what am I trying to say is that when you are observing, you realize that a lot of things are happening. But the good part of it in a lifetime is this. One has to grow through a process. And I hope and I believe that those who are hearing us and those who are on top of the INEC affairs should try to increase sensitization and inform the uninformed populace more about their activities. And sometimes back I was accusing during I think this COVID-19 the National Orientation Agency. Either they are not doing their work or they are under budgeted. You know, when you are under budgeted, sometimes you can't able to do what you're supposed to do. If you are not doing your work because you just feel you are there for nothing, then you cannot also do your work. But something like National Orientation Agency, we need to be seeing them in your private television, government television, that is public television and whatever, because we need to know what we doesn't know. We need to be informed of what we are not informed of. And it is not far away from the INEC. They are independent body, and they have a lot of this information unit and whatever. It takes them nothing to sensitize people by mounting a lot of pressure in the televisions and the radio and the whatever printing medias. And by so doing, people will go to. In fact, when I was a small boy, I could remember vividly. There is this Land Rover that they were using in our localities, where they would public address projector, and they would come and put it. What they were advertising was how to farm cotton or how to farm a groundnut. And people were taking that very serious, and they used to learn the stages and the ways of that farming, and they engage in so doing. And that is why, if you are talking, a young man of today will not tell you the story of or whether he had. Even maybe I have not seen it because my years, but I knew of this type of agri extension services workers that are going village to village, town to town, to what? To educate the farmers. So INEC should have done more than this. This is my stand. They need to put more, enforce people. And this forcing people to come out and vote and to register is by what? It's not by beating, it's not by intimidating anybody, or it's just by talking, saying it, billboard, whatever. These things must be done. We are in the millennial age that we can do better than any country in Africa. But still sometimes you will be seeing things looking very unbecoming or very serious. And I expect better in the near future.
Okay, another challenge on that election day, Comrade Saldana, if you took note, is the fact that Nigerians expected that materials be deployed 8 a.m. max, and accreditation should start within 30 minutes. And accreditation and voting are done simultaneously. So, but there are some areas that didn't get materials until 10:25, some 10:45.
You are not wrong. You are saying the truth. But when people complain, when complaints reach out to INEC promises that they will continue the election until each and everybody has been registered. In fact, if it means to spend 2 or 3 days doing the work, they will do it because they have not brought the materials in time. And I assure you that that was their statement. But when it is time to close, there was not any place that was left casting their vote at that extension hour. So this is why I am worried if as an INEC officials who most of this job is only done once in a blue moon. They are not the type of people who works every day like you. They have a special, that is their seasoning in their mostly in their engagement. But when you have said things, let's amplify it and then do it within the range of excellence. I told you, if somebody have a scorecard of 70%, the person has scored an excellence. So if they have scored even 70%, you must have to admire them. But in this situation, I can assure you that what I have seen in Amak, it is below even 50. And I don't know whether if I can give them a pass mark. This is the honest part of it. Yes, because inside the heart of the city, inside the city center, inside Garki Road, inside Wuse Road, inside this Guaripa Road, there are polling units that have not seen their materials until around 10 to 11. What are you going to say about that? But the most unfortunate part of it, there are things that I cannot say because it involves maybe party affairs.
Party affairs, you have to keep it inside.
So that one you cannot
you have to keep it aside.
When we are talking about election, we are talking about INEC. And INEC must have to be seen as subject to success or failure in terms of election. When it went very okay, it is a successful election. But it is went against, it is going to be a failure. A failure in the sense that in the heart of the government, where the president is sitting, where the ministers are having their affairs, where the senators and the House of Representatives have their
you have more.
You have the chief judge of the federation, where we are talking about the IG, the service chief, and everybody, and still these voting materials are going at 10. There is something more about it. I'm just telling you this.
So if you are to score INEC in this election, you know, it's like a litmus test because of the technology deployed, the vehicles. We have Oshun in this year, we equally have Ekiti this year that we are. And if you are to score INEC in this concluded one, what mark will you give INEC?
It is just, there is fear, there is fears in it. Fears in the sense that when they had the election of Anambra State, the Anambra people, Anambrans have complained about these visa machines. When they had an election of area council, local government in some states like Kaduna, Kebbi, and I think which state again, they were complaining about this visa machine. And now it is here in FCT Abuja, the heart of the government nation, and the where the president is having a sitting office and whatever, are complaining the same today. I am part of the people that are complaining that I have seen INEC machines are not doing what they are doing. I can assure, testify to you that the other machines that were ordered during, what is his name, President Jonathan, are far better than this visa.
During Jega. That was card reader. That only reads the card, and you are, as soon as it's authenticated, you can vote. But this is a bit different.
Then let me tell you something. What I expected, if the machine cannot capture you and your name is there.
Yeah, I think the machine has like 3 or 4 functions, multiple functions, unlike the card reader that only reads the card. This does the print. If it doesn't work, your facials, you know, and all of that.
Okay. So all this thing has somebody has failed someone 13 times. Are you getting what I'm saying?
So are you scoring INEC 20 or 25%?
I cannot score them above 20%. I won't score them because what I have seen is nothing to write home about. Let me tell you this honestly and sincerely. Let me tell you, I told you the other time, when somebody lose or fail, you see aggressiveness with him. But this thing, I'm not saying it because of that. Because what I'm just trying to say, somebody must win and somebody must lose. Whatever it comes from wherever it comes. But the fact remains that let people feel that they have been accommodated by organ called INEC. They should not be taking people by granted by their work. They will tell you, no problem, we'll come and settle. And everywhere, if it is only, you understand what I'm saying? It happen in, I told you, if somebody projects a process of 70%, he has won the day. But when you have not projected over 30%, you have lost the day. Because your performance is below. So
election has come and has gone. What do you expect from winners?
Yes, there are two things. You win and you lose. To manage the success is something. To manage the failure is another thing. Whoever won the election, then you should manage his success. And that means he should do what he is voted for. He should do what people are expecting to do. He should do what the constitutional right has ordered him to do for the people as a citizen. Secondly, if you lose, when you lose an election, and I want to assure you that what we have lacked in Nigeria, there is no governance period. I don't know whether you understand my language. Instead, if you look at the world developed countries, when election comes like this and go, then even the opposition come to the governance, that is, they work together to achieve a goal, that is to make that very country or that very state or that very local government or that very world kind of successful, what they call it.
There should be some development.
But even in terms of African countries, especially in Nigeria, when you win the election, still your opposition will not come to you. If you win election, even in the central government, the government that you form, some of your party members who happen to not to be given a position, you understand what I'm saying, will take a part of fighting. And this has made a lot of deceleration in government performance. I think you understand what I'm saying. People must have to feel that, yes, this is our local government, this is our state, this is our nation, this is our council, what. So if since maybe Maxwell has happened to be our chairman, then Salvana, as a citizen of that place, should join hands to develop and move the party, that place ahead, grow. That is either a local government to the federal level. This is what we are expecting after election, what a governance is supposed to look like.
Thank you so very much, Hassan Sardona, political commentator and a public analyst, for your time with us on the program this morning, looking at the outcome of the just concluded area council election in the FCT. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So without a quick break, when we come back, we shall be looking at how the city is going in terms of sanitation. There are areas that you have, should I say, hoodlums, or touts, popularly called daburus, taking over. If you go to a place like Zuba, go to a place like DB, where the demarcation, the demarcation between the roads have been broken, and now instead of pedestrians to use the bridge, they prefer to cross. And when that happens, it causes huge traffic, on that particular axis. What is happening? Why is the city so quiet about it? Are they enjoying it? And the hold up most time will expand into, making people spend up to 2 or 3 hours before they get to their destination. If you come down this way, the Vitama Express, same thing has happened. Pedestrian has equally destroyed that demarcation. metal demarcation. Instead of going to use the pedestrian, you see them crisscrossing the road. What is happening? Can't we have people deployed, on a 24/7 basis to stop, pedestrian from, crossing the road? Same thing if you go to area 3. There are, many issues that we need to tackle. Irrespective of the fact that the FCT has so much to do. Is it about some traffic light that are not working? Even if you go to places very close here in Mitama where the amber light keep blinking, and it's just there for many weeks. So we have a lot to do. After this break, the senior special assistant to the FCT minister on monitoring, supervision, and enforcement, Comrade Iharo Ata, will be here to tell us what he is going to do as regards this. Stay with us.